All right, the crew's back. Arkansas has a new defensive coordinator for the third year in a row. The chief in charge of the Hog D after stops at Tennessee, LSU, and Texas A&M.
He wakes up and gets out of bed pressuring. I mean, he's bringing he's blitzing every chance he walks in this door up here. He's bringing some type of pressure. That's what he is. That's what's made him successful. And that's why I wanted him here.
I think there's a lot of people proud that John's here. I know I am, and that I got a chance to come back and be a part of it. But I see him probably being more intense and working harder than even I remember before, just because he wants to make this the type of place that everybody wants it to be.
All right, we already got a cast of characters in this program. I'm loving it. Steve Caldwell's taking off a shirt during the weigh-in, so that's, however you want to look at it. Anyway, I'm speechless, yes. But John Chavis leading this group. Mike, when you think about it, he feels young, right? We talked about it.
Well, that's what they say. I mean, we're not over there. We don't know for sure. But the question all along has been, which John Chavis are you getting? Are you getting that guy at Tennessee, getting that guy at LSU, where he was good at both of those stops, or are you getting the guy kind of struggled, his defense struggled last year at A&M? There's probably something to be said for the fact that he's going somewhere where the defense was really bad a year ago.
Right.
And when you're at the bottom, it's a lot easier and maybe even less pressure to work yourself back up, and more motivating because there's so much to be done.
Sure.
You know, it's a good point that you make, but remember when Rob Smith came in here as the defensive coordinator and he had that huge jump year one, got this big bonus, and then the defense fell off after that. Can Chavis and what year one will look like is good, but can that continue if he continues a new contract? So I know he only signed 1 year, but he's relatable to these guys, and that's something a lot of the linebackers talked about, which I think is a plus for this defense.
You know, the cool thing, Tara, is that, we're here in Santos Ramirez at Media Days. He's like, oh, Chief. These guys are already meshing with this guy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that relationship?
Yeah, when we talk to a lot of the guys at Media Day, they relate to him so much, just like Alyssa mentioned. They love him. And, I think it was Sosa yesterday told me that one of the reasons he thinks Chavis has been so successful in the past is because of the fact that he treats his players so well off the field and on the field. He doesn't just care about their performance, but he actually cares about them as a person. So they have that respect for him, which means a lot to them.
A lot of smiles over there in that room right now.
Hey, I gotta tell you what, he's feeling young on the golf course. I can't tell you that.
You guys played with him on Monday, that's right?
On the golf course, that's all. I got that for me.
Okay, 15 seconds. Let's confirm it. It was 6 inches away
6
on
inches
that par
away,
3.
Almost hole-in-one on 13.
He landed it.
Incredible, and he just walked it off like a champ.
John
He
Chavis.
just hit it and walked off.
Can get it done on the links
awesome.
as well. All right, only Ole Miss ranked below Arkansas in total D in the SEC last year. What's the approach for the Razorbacks this season?
We got a defense coordinator that's very aggressive, and he's going to send the pressure regardless, and he's going to allow us to go out there and play ball. Last year's kind of thing in the past, but it's going to be totally opposite this year. That's what we hang our hat on. We're going to try to at least have 5 guys coming at you. Every down.
To have that movement up front, from your up front, and then just having the safeties, being able to disguise and rock down and do different things like that is going to cause a lot of hectic for the offense, and it's going to allow us to get home on a lot of players.
One thing about earlier this past week, I should say, in the middle, you got Dre and Scooter. We've talked about that. How they could benefit potentially, according to Coach Chavis, given what the D-line could do with that depth up front that they think they have overall.
Well, they feel better about the situation. These guys feel better about the 4-3 than the 3-4.
Yeah.
They talked a lot about that yesterday, about the fact that if you didn't get to the quarterback, all of a sudden you don't have anybody in the middle of the field, and other teams were putting receivers out there and burning them badly. But the bottom line is, when you're going to blitz, the guy or guys that are doing it have to get there. If you don't, you're causing a lot of problems. In this case, the secondary, man defense, that's where the potential is to really get burned. So if you're going to go, you got to go, and you got to make it happen.
Well, you know what? I know we keep talking about numbers, and we keep talking about maybe how bad Arkansas was a year ago.
Yeah.
They were dead last in the SEC in sacks. Chavis at Texas A&M, 43, led the league in sacks. He was second the year before, third the year before that. The 3 years he was at A&M, 3-2-1. I'm telling you, the defense at A&M might not have been great overall, but the pressure up front and what John Chavis wants to do up front is proven. And I think if he can get those guys like Randy Ramsey and Sosa Agim to build into that pressure, it's going to be a lot of fun watching this defense.
Yeah, he had some big names, Hall and Garrett, just to name a few at A&M. But
those guys,
he's long on experience, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, and that definitely will play in his favor. And these guys are just so ready to be aggressive on defense. They watched Austin Allen get hit so many times, but they never really got to do the same thing to opposing offenses. And so, they're very excited to really start attacking and being more aggressive, because you just have to be aggressive in this league.
Yeah.
15 on this, Mike. I mean, how much of a gain do you see them making? Because they were 11th in total defense in the SEC this past season.
Well, just common sense, common logic dictates that if you're going to go after people rather than play safe, you're probably going to be better off. Again, I mentioned this yesterday. There's an old saying on defense: you either attack or you get attacked, and they got attacked. So they got to be the ones that are doing the attacking.
Right.